Hello everybody, it's me, and welcome back to another video. Now, in this video, I should have had Simon in the first slot, but in this video, I'm going to do something a little different than I usually do. I woke up this morning, and I was thinking to myself, I want to do a tier list maker, or a tier list, right? Another one of those videos, but not like how I usually do it, you know? So, in this one, I'm going to be ranking all of the MCU movies. If you don't know what that is, it's called the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Basically, it's all of the, how do I explain it? It's like every Marvel movie, not every Marvel movie, but all of them that exist in the same universe, you know? So, that's what I'm going to do in this video. Anyway, let's hop straight into it. All right, here we go. Now, if you guys want me to turn off the music whenever I do the tier lists, let me know. Alright, so now the first one on this list is Guardian. I'm going to do this in like this little order, and I'm going to change it up depending on my preference. Now, the shows aren't here, which I kind of did want the shows. Hold on, let me see if I can find one that has the shows. Okay, I found one. I found one. Okay, here we go. To start off, it's starting off with Ant-Man and the Wasp. Now, I think this movie was probably one of the more average movies. I don't think it was bad. It kind of was just a little all over the place with what it was trying to tell us, and it kind of gave us a little bit of an excuse for Scott to not die in the snap. Also, I did say there's a spoiler warning at the start, so just be warned. There will be no spoilers for No Way Home, like I said, so you don't need to worry about it. All right, anyway, I think it's an average MCU movie. It's not bad. And I just think it's just a little average. If you like this movie, good. I just don't think it's like stupid good. All right, now it's Ant-Man. I think the original Ant-Man is much better than Ant-Man the Wasp. I just love Scott Lang's energy because he was really funny in this movie. I feel like in this one he wasn't as funny, like in Ant-Man the Wasp. I don't think he was as funny. That's kind of why I ranked it a little lower. But I think he's just really funny. And I like the characters, and I like the character growth he goes through, and I just think it's a good movie in general. And Avengers Age of Ultron, I'm also gonna put an A tier. Now I know most people don't really like this movie because it's kind of just setting up for future Marvel movies, but in my opinion, I really liked this movie. Regardless if it's setting up for the future, I think it was pretty good, and I think it was a pretty fun movie to watch if you disregard that it is setting up for the future, you know. And it did introduce two characters and one that died. So, all right, now the next one's Avengers Infinity War. I know this is a media S tier. Infinity War is just so good. Like, I feel like the pacing was just right. The action was pretty good. Yes, there are a few flaws. Like, for one, why did they not, like, for one, with Vision, why did they not, like, I don't know, take him away from Wakanda, you know? Like, they have levitating jets. Fire away from Wakanda. Just do that. It's not that difficult. Anyway, and do it somewhere else. Like, I don't know, but yeah, I think it's a really, really good movie. It's definitely an S tier. It's amazing. The fight with Doctor Strange and Thanos was amazing. It's just a great movie in general. It's just good. Anyway, Captain Marvel, I'm putting C. Now, I feel like the plot was pretty good. The only issue with it is that, okay, don't get me wrong here, it's a good movie, but the actress just didn't really sell it for me, you know? Like, the actress just, it wasn't horrible. I come back to this movie every so often, and I enjoy watching it as a background noise if I'm doing something else, but personally, I think it's just one of the more low tier Marvel movies, you know? Alright, and the next one is Captain America and the Winter Soldier. I'm gonna put this one in A tier. I still think these two are a little bit better, but I'm putting this one in. This is, by the way, this is opinion based, if you didn't know, just so you know. This is not the opinion you should follow in your whole life. It's my opinion. But, yeah. I think Captain America and the Winter Soldier is good. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's S tier. It's a really good movie. You can sit down and watch it. It's very entertaining. Even if you're not a Marvel fan, you can sit down and it's entertaining. I love how Steve like becomes an outlaw and such. Is this the Winter Soldier? Yeah. I think it's pretty fun. I like how in this one the good guys technically lost, which I thought was pretty good. I love it whenever the good guys like lose sometimes. I think it's pretty fun. But overall, I think it's a pretty good movie. Okay, now Captain America and the First Avenger, I'm gonna put it in B tier. I know like a lot of people think it's like a really, really good movie, but honestly, I didn't really like it when I watched it. By the way, my opinions may change if I rewatch the movie, but yeah, I don't think it's extremely good. I don't think it's extremely bad. I don't know. Maybe because it was like one of the first ones and it just didn't really appeal to me as much as it did, because I was not big on Captain America. I was more like on Spider-Man, the Scarlet Witch, Doctor Strange, like those characters. God, I'm yawning a lot. Goodness gracious. Yeah, I don't think it's horrible, but definitely not one of my favorites. Civil War, I'm instantly putting at the top. Now, this, I know it's Captain America Civil War, but it's basically Avengers 3. I think it's just amazing, and it really shows what manipulation and false rumors can do for you. And if you plan things really, really well, then boom, you can really manipulate people to your advantage, and it's scary. But yeah, I think this is a pretty fun movie. I feel like you can sit down and you can really enjoy this one. Every time I sit down to watch this one, I really enjoy it, and I'm fully invested in it. And the airport scene is like perfection, perfect. No one died, but there were injuries, you know. Pretty good movie overall. Doctor Strange, it's gonna be an S tier. I'm gonna put it above Civil War. I rewatched this movie recently, and it's incredible. This movie is just so good. Like, to Benedict Cumberbatch's performance, to like just his performance in general is amazing, and the story was really great, and the fact that he used the time stone, unlike in Infinity War or Endgame or any other situation where it would have proven very useful, he actually used it for plot purposes, and look, it did something. But yeah, I think it's pretty good, and I enjoy this movie. Now, I think I already mentioned this at the start, but I'm not going to go completely in depth about how much I like all like the plot and how it impacts the story. I'm kind of just going about my personal opinions and how much I like them. All right, off from that, Endgame. This is really a mixed one for me, and I don't know where to put it, in high A tier or low S tier, because I felt like Endgame was too short. You know, I felt like it was too short for me. But I think I'm gonna put it probably here in S tier. Probably gonna be low S tier, but personally for me, I feel like Endgame was too short. I know it's a 3-hour-long movie, but I feel like at the very end, they really rushed things. You know, they gave us like a very small building montage with the Infinity Gauntlet, you know? And then we snap, and then we're in the final battle scene. You know, like, I felt like that was a little rushed. I feel like if they made it like about an hour longer and really fleshed out more of the character growth that Tony and Black and Natasha and Steve had to go through, I feel like it would have been so much better. They should have taken more time on this movie instead of rushing it out. Like, if you would have made this movie, right, and you could have released, say, that's a problem. They had so many things planned, and they had to get this movie out, like, quickly. But yeah, I think it's pretty good, but definitely not the best Marvel movie. Now, Guardians of the Galaxy, I gotta put in A tier. I'm gonna put it... I'm gonna keep it there. I'm gonna keep it there. I love this movie. It's really fun, and I love how it just takes a ragtag band of, like, random space pirates, a warrior lady, a really strong, very nerfed man, a living tree, and a trash panda. I like how it takes all those characters and then combines them together and makes the human the leader. The human. It's hilarious. And the movie's also, it's really funny. The plot is pretty good. The character interactions are pretty funny, and I think it's pretty good. It's pretty fun. And now, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, I'm going to put here. It's really funny. This one's also really good. It has good character growth, and I think it just it kind of fleshes out the Guardians of the Galaxy a little more, as well as adding on Mantis and implementing Ego pretty well. Because the thing is, I watched the what was it? I'm not sure if it was the Hulk show, like Hulk and the Smash Squad. Not sure if that was the show, but I remember Ego the Living Planet being in there a few times. And I remember when he first said Ego, I was very like, who could the villain be here, you know? Then when they revealed his face on the planet, I was like, oh my god, it's Ego the Living Planet. It took me like half a second to process it after he zoomed out to his face. But yeah, really fun movie. I'd recommend watching it. It's pretty good. No Way Home, I'm putting up here. I'm gonna put right here. Actually, I'm gonna shift this around. Hello? Okay, one moment though. Okay, I'm back. Sorry for the background noise. They're doing karaoke and it's fun. Alright, anyway. Now, The Incredible Hulk, I don't think I liked this movie. I don't think I like this movie. Why did I put it above that? No. I'm going to put Incredible Hulk down there. I haven't seen this movie in a long time, and mostly because I don't think it's very noteworthy. You know, it's the only solo movie that the Hulk got, and for one, it's not the best, and yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. I feel like you could do a little more. I'm not sure. It's been a while since I've seen this movie, but I probably should have rewatched the whole MCU, but I didn't really want to. I'm going off up here memory, but I do like how in the end he embraced the Hulk, and we just never got more of the Hulk series, which I really think we should have. But this was the movie that brought the MCU together, so amazing. Iron Man 2. This is one with the Whip Man. I'm gonna put in A tier. Probably low A tier, high B tier, but for me, this movie is pretty fun to watch. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of Iron Man, I can come to this movie and I can enjoy it. I think it's enjoyable to watch. I think I can sit down and be like, hey, that's a cool plot point. I did like the fact, well, the start, like with the Russian guy and like his dying father, I thought it was kind of like, who is this guy? Why should I care? And then he became the main villain, and then he's apparently technologically genius, and it's just like, okay. Then we have some dude named Hammer, and I'm just like, okay, you can quit it. I'm gonna move this to low B tier, actually. Thinking about it now, moving it to low B tier. Alright, now Iron Man 3 is the one with the fire-breathing people. I'm gonna put in low B tier. I don't really think this movie makes a lot of sense. I mean, Tony Stark gets kidnapped by a small child, and then he's in the funeral of Endgame, which I thought was pretty cool. But personally, this movie's kind of weird for me. I mean, the fire-breathing people's a little strange. The bunch of armor exploding is kind of weird. He finally gets his freaking heart surgery, I think is in this one. Quote me if I'm wrong, but I think that's where he gets his heart surgery. But, yeah. I think this movie's interesting. It's an interesting case, for sure. Alright, in Iron Man 1, I'm gonna put mid-B tier. I think all these are meh for me, like just a little meh. I feel like this is pretty much exactly my opinion. So I think this is all my opinions so far. Let me see, is it? I think I'm gonna do this and that. I'm gonna do this. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I think this makes no sense. But Iron Man 1 is where he like discovered, like, he gets out of the cave. That's a very iconic scene. He flies away. He learns the Iron Man powers for the first time. He fights a bald Santa Claus. It's an interesting movie. I think it's pretty fun. Anyone can sit down and enjoy this movie and be like, hey, this brings back a lot. And it was the first one that brought everyone together. It was the first MCU movie. Incredible job. Love it. Now we're on to Black Panther. I would put this one in mid-A tier. Now, this movie is really, really good. Down to the acting, down to Chadwick Boseman, and rest in peace. He was an amazing person, and he's awesome. And this movie is really good due to that performance and the synergy between the main cast. I think it was Michael Jordan who acted as, it was somebody, I know who it was. It was like some kind of star in something. But I think it was Michael Jordan who acted as Killmonger. He did a phenomenal job displaying like a Wakandan who grew up in the quote-unquote hood, and then coming back home to this more like, it did really good. Also, the architectural culture of the movie setting was beautiful. I think it was just gorgeous how they did that. All right, and this is what, Homecoming? Homecoming, I'm gonna put... I watched this movie recently, actually. I'm gonna put this one in... probably... here. It's getting a little harder for me to rank all these, but I love Homecoming. I think it's a really, really good movie. I love how it just shows like how you could be overconfident in your own abilities, and then it could bite you later. But it really showed that even though Peter felt like he was up for more, and he was, but he was getting in over his head, getting into these like actual villain conspiracies where he really should have called Happy, like they kept saying. But yeah, I think it's pretty good. I love this movie. I love Spider-Man. It's pretty good. Thor, I'm gonna put in C. I feel like this might be a fan favorite for some people, but me personally, I came back to this movie and it's kind of like, it's like one of the more meh ones on my side. It's definitely better than these two by a long shot, but I don't think I like it enough for it to be in B tier. I think it's a meh for me, and yeah. Now, Thor: The Dark World, we all know is one of the worst movies. I don't think it's horrible. I rewatched it. I don't think it's horrible. It doesn't make any sense, but I think if you can ignore the fact that it doesn't make any sense, it could be a decent movie. But yeah, it's going down. I don't think it's good at all, but I think it's, if you look past all its flaws, which there are a little bit, you can enjoy this movie. All right, well, now we are on to Thor Ragnarok. This is immediately going up to S, and it's going in second place. No, I'm gonna put it here. Thor Ragnarok is such a funny movie. Was it Taika Waititi that did it? I think it's called Waititi. I know that's his name. He did such a good job directing this movie. He really shifted the Thor franchise from mystical and magical and serious to goofy, funny, but still containing that serious attitude. They made it so funny. They added concepts to champions. It was just so good. They finally showed Thor's electric power without using the stupid hammer. The lady was just like, hey, and broke the hammer. I think it's a good movie. Good. Like, I say 8 out of 10. I'd recommend watching it. Original Avengers, I'm gonna put in middle of B. I think it's fun. I like this movie. I like how all the Avengers come together. Tony Stark and people have a fight. I like how he's just like, he killed 80 people in 2 days. He's like adopted. That's funny. That's a funny joke. But yeah, I think this movie's good. But definitely not my favorite of the Avengers movie. But yeah, it's definitely really good. Is that all the Avengers movies done? It is. I bet this is a pretty decent list so far. WandaVision, I'm gonna put in high S tier. It honestly, I think I'm gonna put it here. The reason I'm putting it here is because the ending could have had so much more potential, but it's so sad COVID stopped it from having any potential. Like, they had to show her getting her true power, but like doing just a big CGI fight scene in the sky sounds cool on paper, but then you see it and it's like, oh, this is cool, you know? And it could have done more. It definitely could have. But yeah, I think it's amazing. The show up until the final episode was really good. First 2 episodes are pretty slow. Third episode was like, wait, what? Fourth episode was like, I'm invested, you know? Good movie. Show. Now we're getting to the recent ones that I know more about. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I'm gonna put an A. I'm gonna put it way back here. I think this show was pretty good. It was just the finale that was just unfortunately not very good. You know? Like, I felt like they just kind of rushed Sam getting the shield. Like, it was good slow pacing. I hated the other new Captain America. That dude can go jump in a freezing... you can go jump in an Antarctic lake and see if he lives, but no, I did not like him. He was not very good. He did not represent what Captain America was about, and it was horrible. But yeah, it's decent movie. Not movie, show. Decent show. Actually gonna move to low B tier, probably about here. Yeah, I'm gonna move there. I think it's still better than all this stuff, but yeah, I'm gonna move there. All right, and Loki was a really good one. I think I'm gonna put this in the top of A tier. The Loki show, it took a big leap with the TVA and trying to deal with more higher up power. Like the one after all, I think that was his name. That is crazy. They introduced one out of those. There's the one above all, the one after all, the one before all, and the one below all. They introduced one of those. That's insane. He's like the controller of time and such. King the Conqueror was introduced. Season 2 of Loki is going to be crazy. I'm pretty excited for what they're going to do with the Loki series, but I think it's a pretty good show. Season 1 was really, really good. Shang-Chi. I rewatched this movie. I gotta be honest, I really, really enjoyed this movie. Rewatching it, I only watched it once in theaters. Rewatching it, I was going in like, this might not be as bad as I thought, and it was not. The characters was really good. The cultural stuff I thought was pretty good. I don't know much about the culture, that kind of culture, but I think if I did, I would be happy about it. I'm not sure though, but I think it was a very beautiful movie. The huge kaiju fight at the end was fun. The rings were pretty cool. They're calling out to somebody, and it's interesting. It's a great movie. I'd recommend go watching it. It's a fun movie, and I love the characters. The characters are awesome. Trevor's funny. It mostly had sibling rivalries in it. Thought that was pretty fun. It tackled that, so that was cool. Black Widow. It felt like one of the more meh Marvel movies, you know? I think it's definitely above all of these, but it really felt meh to me. You know, like a lot of these things are just kind of meh. I don't know. It had so much hyped up potential. Like it got delayed by like a year, and then when it comes out, we're just like, oh, really? Really? This is all we're getting from Natasha? She's dead now, you know? Like, I felt like there could have been more they could have done with this. They took down the Red Room, sure, but it was just another one of those technology exploding. Like, it was just a helicarrier fight all over again. But this time, Natasha was causing it. It felt like a repeat of Avengers. That's what it felt like to me. All right, now we're on to What If. We're on the final. We're at 2 more shows, 2 more movies. All right, What If? I'm gonna put here. Yeah, I'm gonna put here. I think What If was very enjoyable. I could sit down and watch this movie. I think it's really, really good. I think there's nothing I didn't like about it. First episode was really good. Second episode, I'd have to look at all the episodes of What If, but I think personally it was pretty good. I just don't think I think it had potential. It had potential, but at the very end, they kind of was like, hey, I'm Thanos Gamora with Tony Stark. It's like, huh? We are getting a season 2 of this show, but yeah. I wonder what they're going to take it with it, but maybe if they do it someday, I'll change this up. But yeah, now here's the Hawkeye show. I just finished this. I'm going to be honest. I really liked the show. I don't know where to put it. I think I'm going to put it here. I really liked this show. I know it sounds really weird, but I loved this show. Like, I loved Kate Bishop. At the start, she was kind of annoying, but then I was like, oh my god, she's a good character. Oh my god. I love this movie. Really fun to watch. I would sit down and I would watch this show. I love the character growth. I love how they become father and daughter, and then they have a huge breakup, like every kind of freaking show, and they come back together in the finale. And I love how it shows that the mom was behind it all, you know? I'm really hoping people are realizing that I'm going to be spoiling this stuff, and I put a spoiler warning at the start. I really, really hope I do that. Anyway, yeah. Really fun show. I'd recommend go watching it. Yeah, I recommend it. Eternals. I don't know. I might have to rewatch this movie, but for me, it did not click. This movie did not click with me. I feel like I should do a movie review on Encanto, but if you guys haven't seen Encanto, you can leave, because I'm going to talk a little bit about it now. I feel like this movie did what Encanto didn't do. If you guys have seen Encanto, they were able to flesh out an entire family of characters and make us care about them in the span of an hour and a half. This one could not do it in 2.5 hours. You know? Like, come on. You're going to be wasting my time, then at least flesh out the characters so I can care about them. There were too many characters to care about. There was a love triangle. There was a Unimind to stop a celestial birth. Like, hello? What is happening? So weird. It's such a weird movie. Like, it felt like it was all over the place. Like, it's flashbacks. I feel like you never knew where you were. But I feel like if I could watch the movie, look past its flaws, I would enjoy Eternals. But I don't think it's very good. I don't think it's very good. I don't really think the characters are fleshed out very well. I feel like the love triangle is horrible. Yeah. Alright, Spider-Man No Way Home. I adore this movie. Spider-Man No Way Home, I'm gonna try to say absolutely nothing about it, but it is such a good movie. I would sit down and I would rewatch this movie so many times if I could. Like, as soon as it gets out on Disney Plus, I'm watching it. Like, I would watch this movie. I might do another movie review once I do that, but yeah. I think that'll be the end of my ranking. I think it's pretty good. I do like all this stuff. I like pretty much everything Marvel makes, except for a lot of these things, but yeah, Spider-Man No Way Home, 10 out of 10. I probably might rank these. I'm gonna rank these. 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 9 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 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, no, 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 8 out of 10. I'm just gonna rank them 8. Like, I'll do 7, 8, 6, 6, 7, 6, 6, 6, 6. All those are sixes. 5, 6, 3, 1, and 0. No, this is 2. That's a 1. Yeah, but yeah, that's gonna be all my rankings of the Marvel movies. Let me know if you guys want me to do another one of these. I think it was pretty fun. I did enjoy doing this, looking back at these movies. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next one. Bye.